In bowling, often the difference between a strike and a spare lies not with the bowler, but with the ball he's using. And that's why so many thousands of bowlers are going for the new M-Flight bowling ball. It's the ball that gives you more striking power, more pinpoint power to spare. You get more out of bowling with an M-Flight because more goes into the making of each M-Flight. You see, most balls are made in just two parts, an inner core and an outer cover. But the new M-Flight is made in a special three-part method with an inner core, unique outer core of hard rubber, and an extra tough cover stock. All three parts are pressed together by AMF's new process to form a springier ball. A ball that has better balance for truer roll and control. More explosive power. More pin mix. See the 1963 line of M-Flight bowling balls at bowling centers and wherever quality sporting goods are sold. Remember, AMF means the finest.
This is Jim McKay inviting you to watch ABC's Wide World of Sports each week over most of these ABC stations. We'll take you all over this country and the world for outstanding sporting events wherever they take place. This series has traveled to 16 foreign nations on 5 continents to bring you the tops in sports throughout the year. From the United States-Russia track meets, whether in Moscow or this country, to Grand Prix auto racing in Europe, to America's national championships, from swimming to gymnastics, this is ABC's Wide World of Sports, the program that really lives up to its name.
Well, did you fellows bring the checkers? Oh, excuse me, this is the roundtable time, isn't it? I'd like to introduce the man that led the qualifiers here at the Planet Bowl in Midwest City, Oklahoma. A fellow from Detroit who last year won the Niagara Falls Open and the Las Vegas Open, popular George Howard. And here's another fellow from Detroit, consistently high along the way and a wonderful stylist, Bob Kwolek.
Thank you, Chris. Well, George, I think there's one question that we're all kind of trying to get from you. You led the qualifying here with a terrific 217 average. What I want to know is what happened this morning when you got out there and shot that beautiful 530.
You had to ask me that, huh, Bob? No, I think yesterday that I was bowling so well that I could have beat the world. But today I couldn't beat my wife. So
well, your wife's not a bad bowler, though. So things have been going pretty good. What do you think about the match so far?
Well, I got to take Glenn. There's only one reason I got to take him, because he beat me this morning, and he hit the pocket very well, and even on the lane shoot, he shot very well in the qualifying. So I think that Glenn's going to come out of here and give St. John a real good battle.
Well, George, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you. I think I'm going to go along with Jimmy because Jimmy's been throwing that ball very, very good, too, and I think he's throwing the ball with a little more authority right here. He's got the ball finishing very well, and he's throwing the pins around like they're toothpicks.
I have to agree with you, but since he threw the one bad pitch here on the lane 12, 11, he's going to be a little shaky, right? So,
I thought, you know, for a while there he was going to get the $10,000 where he started out.
Oh, he started out beautifully, and then he lost that swishing 7th pin, which was a very good ball after he had that double. So I like the way he's throwing. He's got very good speed, and I think the ball's finishing real well for him.
Well, Glenn, during qualifying, he shot both 200 games on the pair, and even though when he's bowling his first match, he only shot 190, I just look for Glenn to come back real strong in this thing here.
Well, I've looked up my notes, and Jimmy St. John also shot 200s on this pair, so...
well,
I think it's going to be quite interesting to see what the outcome
I think it's going to be a good show. I can see that.
It certainly is, and even though in the first semifinal, which Glenn won over Bill Hardwick, the scores were not high, the competition was constantly close. I was very impressed with Bill Hardwick.
Oh, I was too. Bill's done very, very well. He made the finals last week and come right back again this week. And it's quite interesting. I'm sure you pointed out to the folks how he uses his baseball grip.
Yes.
And it was quite interesting to watch Bill bowl. I think he's done a very commendable job.
And he crossed right next to me all the way through the tournament, and he was throwing a beautiful, heavy rolling ball. And what I mean by that is when it was getting to the pins, he had a pocket a mile wide. Anywhere closer, he was getting a strike. And the only thing that happened here, I know it's his first time on television probably, and it had a little difference to do with his roll of his ball. But even then, he was still around the pocket.
The golly, to get this high, a 21-year-old boy, that's quite an achievement in itself.
That's right. It's very, very good.
A lot of confidence. And we're finding it right along. A lot more bowlers are getting that confidence and coming along. So,
say, we were talking, Billy and I, when we had a moment, about the cost of going on the PBA tour, you professionals, and how important it was to get to the pay window.
Well, that's right, Chris. Well, naturally, we're all trying to make the finals, but if we can't make the finals, we're always looking for that shot to get into at least the top 24, so they'll carry us on to the next tournament. Next week won't be so quite so bad.
Sometimes you have to eat rather skimpily.
Sometimes maybe you don't get to eat at all, Chris.
Money bags. In your case, I don't think you have to worry. And Bob, you're always there.
Even though I lost the first match this morning, at least I had a shot at it. I'd rather lose the first match right along as to not be there at all.
So you're an Allison man now, and you're a Jim St. John.
That's right, Chris.
I'd like to thank you, Bob. Nice
Okay,
to
Chris.
see you all.
Pleasure being
Real
here.
pleasure, Bob Kwolek.
Chris.
And George Howard, congratulations again on being the qualifying leader.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a minute we'll have the start of the climatic final match between Jim St. John and Glenn Allison. What cigarette scores 300 with smokers? It's Kent, and here's why.
Have you reached the point with your present cigarette where those puffs occasionally taste too strong, too harsh, or too rough? Well, then now's the time to change to Kent with a new micronite filter.
With Kent, you get away from cigarettes that taste too strong, too harsh, too rough. Yes, you treat your taste kindly with Kent. Kindly? Because Kent with the new micronite filter refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste, for the mildest taste of all. None can compare with the mild taste of Kent. And no wonder, the finer the filter, the milder the taste. So discover how good smoking can be, free from harsh flavor, free from rough taste. Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.